Now, last week, Thursday, we found out who the All-Star starters were for both the Eastern and Western Conference. And this Thursday, we're going to find out who the reserves are. But unlike the actual starter votes, these are the coaches in the NBA that are going to vote the reserves in. This is the Airborne Podcast. I'm your host, Ajith. And obviously, the All-Star voting has come to an end. You can't vote anymore. So if you haven't voted at all, then it sucks, but it is what it is. The All-Star starters, I'm going to start from the Eastern Conference and go on to the West. The Eastern Conference had a little bit more controversy. It was a lot more controversial because they put in Trae Young at the starting point guard position. Not because his team is doing well, because his team is like the worst in the league, aside from Golden State. But his numbers are astronomical, and he was a fan favorite to a lot of people out there, hence why he made the cut. And his running mate in the backcourt is Kemba Walker. Now, Kemba Walker deserves to be there. First time he's on a winning team with the Boston Celtics for the first year. And the only thing I didn't really agree with was a lot of people saying that Jimmy Butler should have made it over the Toronto Raptors. I don't agree with that, and I know this might sound like a biased opinion, but my thing is no one expected the Raptors to be there in the position they are right now at all. Sam Mitchell in the before the regular season started, even though he works with TSN and for us, and he was our former coach of the year, he had the Raptors in 8th place at the start of the season, during preseason actually. And Dennis Scott, Mr. 3D himself, didn't even have the Raptors making it. He had the Pistons in 5th place and the Raptors nowhere to be found. He didn't think the championship experience or anything was he didn't even consider that at all, thinking that wouldn't help to at least make the playoffs. But it is what it is. The Raptors are proving everyone wrong like they always do year by year. And right now, the Raptors are fighting with Miami for that 2-6 seed. And people had Miami making the playoffs, but a lot of people didn't think. They thought we were going to fall off a cliff with Kawhi and Danny Green leaving our team. And I think Pascal should be the All-Star starter. I don't think it'll happen next year based on the fact that just KD himself is going to come back. And Giannis is still there. You got Joel Embiid. Jimmy Butler should not be a front court player. He's been playing shooting guard most of his life. He is a guard at heart, but he just plays a small forward position at times because he's just a tenacious defender, and he's just hard-nosed, and he's gritty, and that's just what it is. The captains for the teams, though, I'm going to get into the captains, but yeah, so the backcourt is Trae Young and Kemba Walker. And then you got Giannis playing the small forward position. Then you got Pascal playing the power forward. And you got Joel Embiid playing the center. A lot of people are debating that maybe they should go, positionless in the All-Star game. I don't know how that's going to work, but they might try that next year. I don't know. For the Western Conference, everyone was basically agreeing with the starting lineup. They had Luka Doncic at the starting point guard position. They got James Harden with them in the backcourt. Then they got Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis in the front court. My thing is, a lot of people, I don't know if anyone else thought about it. I'm pretty sure they did. If Steph Curry had a healthy season and Golden State was fighting for one of those top 4 seeds in the Western Conference with the healthy Klay Thompson coming back from his ACL injury and Draymond Green being Draymond, would Steph Curry be one of the starting guards in the All-Star game? Let me know in the comment section what you think. Because James Harden, I think, would be the fallout guy. I think the backcourt would be Luka and Steph, along with the 3 guys I just named in the front court with LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, and Anthony Davis. But it's going to be hard to knock off the scoring champion from last season. I mean, he could be the scoring champion this year. He's been kind of off for the past few games. You know, he got injured and whatnot, but I don't know. Let me know in the comment section. With the captains, though, LeBron James beat him out. He beat out Luka in the Western Conference to be the captain for the third straight year. And you got Giannis on the Eastern Conference side being the captain for the second straight year. Now, who their first pick is going to be, I'm not sure. Last year, we remember that LeBron James did pick Kevin Durant as his first pick. I think he picked Kevin Durant back-to-back years, did he not? If I'm not mistaken. Well, right now, LeBron James is 2-0 in the All-Star game since they changed the format with the draft. So we shall see how that goes. With LeBron James, he led all voters with 4,747,887 votes. Giannis, for the Eastern Conference, had 4,474,107 votes. So they were about 300,000 in difference. Luka Doncic had 4,598,323 votes. And then Anthony Davis followed those guys with 4,412,619 votes. Those were the top four vote getters for the All-Star game. And those are all your starters. But I want to get into the reserves because they are going to pick them on Thursday on TNT like they did last week for the starters. I think, okay, so for the Western Conference, I know Paul George is a bona fide superstar in this game, but he hasn't played a lot of games. He's only played, I think, like 26 games. And Kyrie's like missed 26 in the Eastern Conference. So are they going to allow those two to get in the game? Because I don't think that's fair. I think they should give to people that were actually healthy this season, who are putting in more work and averaging better numbers. There aren't a lot of people in the league right now averaging better numbers than Kyrie and Paul George when they play. But the games that, you know, the amount of games they play should matter in the All-Star game when you get that nod to be an All-Star for that season. Now, Kyle Lowry, I want to talk about the Raptors. I know for a fact now that Fred VanVleet probably won't make it just because he wasn't in the top 10. And in the little gap that he had a chance to show off, he got injured after the Brooklyn Nets game. So I think he's out of the equation. Pascal, we know he's a starter. And I think Kyle Lowry should get the nod to get in because he's on a winning team that's fighting for the second place in the Eastern Conference. And when we had injuries, he was the main reason we were able to stay afloat and be competing at that high level every night against those high-level teams. So Derrick Rose has more votes than Kyle Lowry after the third week of returns. Derrick Rose had 1,381,934 votes, and Kyle Lowry followed him with 848,293 votes. The good thing about this is that it's not the fan votes that count anymore. So the coaches will always look at winning, and Derrick Rose is putting up empty stats on a team, on the Detroit Pistons, that's not going anywhere this season. They're probably going to blow it up. If anything, Derrick Rose might get traded before the All-Star game to the other conference. There's been rumblings about Derrick Rose going to the Philadelphia 76ers or going to the LA Lakers. They talked about the LA Lakers giving up Caruso and a pick or something like that, I believe. A second-round pick, I think. And what's it called? The Lakers shut it down. I guess they value Caruso that much over winning. But it is what it is. And I really do think Kyle Lowry is going to get the nod. Would I be mad if Derrick Rose got the nod over Kyle Lowry? Probably. I'm kind of on the fence with it because he is having an amazing comeback year when everyone wrote him off, and he was thinking about retiring a few years ago when he was in Cleveland. And he's averaging like 20 points, similar to what Kyle Lowry's averaging. But it's in Chicago. It's in his hometown. So I wouldn't blame the coaches if they put him in because for a sentimental type thing. But we'll see. Fingers crossed. I think Kyle Lowry, I'm confident he should make a 6th straight All-Star game. And Zach LaVine, he has 847,632 votes. So he's around less than 1,000 votes off of what Kyle Lowry was on, or what Kyle Lowry has. and he's playing for Chicago right now, so I don't know if he'll make it. He's been putting up some crazy numbers. His team just hasn't been winning, similar to Detroit. Yeah, so for me, I think the backcourt guys that are going to make it are, well, at least on the bench, it's going to be Kyle Lowry, Ben Simmons, and if I was to name another backcourt player, I would say Derrick Rose over Kyrie, just because he's played more games. Derrick Rose's whole problem since being injured or getting that ACL, or tearing his ACL, was that he couldn't stay healthy. And this year, he's been staying healthy most of the season when other players on the Detroit Pistons haven't. So I think Derrick Rose, Kyle Lowry, and Ben Simmons will make it. I think Ben Simmons should be a guard, if I'm being real honest, even though he does play the point guard position. But the man is 6'10", and he should be a forward, and he should be power forward, to be honest. But we'll see. Bradley Beal might make it. He's been putting up some big numbers, but he's on a losing situation. He's in a losing situation. And for the front court on the Eastern Conference, Giannis, Pascal, Joel Embiid, we know they're going to make it. Jimmy Butler's going to make it for sure. Jayson Tatum on the fence. Usually when you're in the top 4 of the Eastern Conference or the Western Conference, you should have 2 All-Stars. So if Kemba's making it for sure, Jayson Tatum more than likely will make it. Jimmy Butler has 2,046,257 votes, and Jayson Tatum has 1,622,635 votes. Tacko Fall, 757,375 useless votes because he is not making it. We all know that. Coaches ain't voting him in. That's a fact. So who's going to be the big man for the Eastern Conference? I think Bam Adebayo is going to make it because the Miami Heat are basically fighting for the second seed. I think there's a chance Domantas Sabonis will make it. Maybe even a chance for Brogdon to make it, but Brogdon's been getting injured and being in and out of the lineup, so I think he might not get it, even though he's a main reason to why they've been winning. But they've also been winning with him out, so we'll see. But Domantas Sabonis has been putting up monster numbers, similar to Trae Young, and he's been a beast on the boards. I think he could get a nod, especially in the front court, with that being very thin. Because aside from Adebayo, I don't see any other big man in that conversation. So Giannis, Pascal, Joel Embiid, Jimmy Butler, Jayson Tatum, Bam Adebayo, and Domantas Sabonis, I think, will make it. Andre Drummond, I don't think he's going to make it because he's in a losing situation, even though he's been averaging, he's been dropping 20 points, 20 rebounds like it's nothing every other day. But Domantas Sabonis has 381,390 votes, and Andre Drummond has 325,178 votes. Gordon Hayward has close to 400,000 votes, but I don't see him making it. He has 398,213 votes. But yeah, I don't see him making it. For the Western Conference, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, I gave you their vote amounts, the amount of votes that they got. Kawhi Leonard got 2,973,076 votes. Paul George had 1,171,616 votes. Let me repeat that for you because I went a little cross-eyed there. So he had 1,171,616 votes. Nikola Jokic is the next highest vote getter. He had 889,387 votes. And then you got Carmelo with 784,038 votes. Kristaps Porzingis had 774,056 votes. Karl Anthony Towns, 746,013 votes. Brandon Ingram, 672,666 votes. And Dwight Howard, 670,643 votes. Now, out of all those guys, if I'm a coach and I'm voting these reserves in, I'm not voting in Paul George this year. He's been injured too much, and he's still recovering from a hamstring injury with the All-Star game right around the corner. Nikola Jokic, I would put in there because they're competing for one of those top 2 to 4 seeds in the Western Conference. I wouldn't put Carmelo, obviously. Portland's nowhere to be found, and they're fighting for a playoff spot. They're still out of the playoffs. But I would put Damian Lillard in there because what he did this past week, dropping 60, 47, and then 50, I mean, the man averaged 53, literally that week. And I got killed in fantasy because of it, because the person I was facing, my boy Josh, had him, and Damian just had to go off the week I played him. And Anthony Davis was playing like trash. Brandon Ingram, I think will make it. Pelicans are resurging now, and they're coming back, fighting for that 8th seed. And with Zion back in the lineup, I believe they have a very high chance of taking that 8th seed from whoever's there, whether it's San Antonio or Portland, doesn't matter. I think that New Orleans has enough veterans and enough all-star potential players, even borderline superstar players, to get it done. But I think Brandon Ingram will be replacing Paul George in the All-Star game this year. Karl Anthony Towns, he missed a lot of games with that knee injury, and his team is on like a 10-game losing streak, and they had a hot start to the season, but they've been playing like trash ever since. I don't know. I mean, Andrew Wiggins was going off. It looked like he was about to have an all-star season, but he fell off as soon as Karl Anthony Towns got injured, and the losses just kept piling up. The losses literally just started piling up, and I think it's hard for him to recover. But there's still a chance that he could make it because he's a front court player, but we shall see. Porzingis, I don't think is going to make it, just because he's been in and out of the lineup as well. But I think it's between Jokic. I think Jokic is going to make it. Ingram's going to make it for sure. Karl Anthony Towns, I think, will make it over Kristaps Porzingis and Dwight Howard. And yeah, for the backcourt, for the guards, we already know Luka's making it. James Harden's making it. Damian Lillard is definitely going to make it after the week he had. The third week of returns, Damian had 984,140 votes. And aside from Westbrook, I think he's the best guard to put in the All-Star game. He's one of those guys like Steph Curry, Trae Young, who can just go off anytime and put on a show for everybody that's there. Alex Caruso, hell no. 894,827 votes? Nope, not happening. Absolutely not. Well, I mean, this is like another Zaza Pachulia situation where everyone just loves him because he's a fan favorite. But he definitely didn't get in through the votes, so he's not going to get in through the coaches voting. Russell Westbrook will get in. He had 837,187 votes. Steph Curry, even without playing at all, basically, had 819,352 votes. I think if Steph Curry was still healthy and he was playing like the MVP we know he was before Kevin Durant got there, I think he would have got 4 million votes, just like LeBron James, just like Anthony Davis, just like Giannis Antetokounmpo, and just like Luka Doncic. So I think Russell Westbrook, Damian Lillard will make it for the guards. Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker. Those guys, with the hot start that Phoenix had, I really thought that Devin Booker had a chance to be an All-Star this year, but they've kind of fell off. They skid off the scale, and they're at the bottom of that Western Conference. But you never know, they might look at the numbers, they might see the coaches might feel bad, and they might give him a nod for the first time, but I highly doubt it. Donovan Mitchell, I could see him making it. Oh, another thing, I didn't even see Rudy Gobert. Wasn't even on here. Rudy Gobert, I think, will make the All-Star game, and he has a chance to win his 3rd Defensive Player of the Year, because the Utah Jazz have been killing it, even though they haven't been playing crazy competition, but they've been handling their business with the teams, and they've won like 18 or 19 games out of the last 20 or 21. So I can see they're like fighting for that 2nd spot in the Western Conference. So I could see Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell making it. If Damian Lillard doesn't make it because of his record, I could see Donovan Mitchell making it with Rudy Gobert. I'm surprised Rudy Gobert didn't get any votes at all. Well, I mean, he probably did, but he's not in the top 10, which is absolutely blasphemy. Absolute blasphemy. Absolutely blasphemous. God damn, I'm having trouble talking this morning. But yeah, those are all the votes that are there. D'Angelo Russell got 491,047 votes. And you got Ja Morant with 399,703 votes. We know D'Angelo's not going to make it because he's on the worst team in the NBA with the Golden State Warriors. And Ja Morant, even though they're really good right now and they're having success late, and Ja Morant's kind of figured it out, they're fighting for the 8th spot too. And Ja Morant, as much as he deserves to be an All-Star, he's getting the Luka Doncic treatment from last season. He's a rookie, still figuring it out, and his team isn't winning enough for him to make it, especially being a first-year player. But I could sure guarantee you that next season you'll see Ja Morant and Zion Williamson make it on that All-Star team. I promise you. But yeah, that's going to do it for now. Those are the third returns. I apologize for having it come out late. I just wanted to do it right before the returns come. Not the returns, but I wanted to do it right before the coaches vote for the reserves. So if you're a Raptors fan, get excited. Be ready for Thursday because Kyle Lowry more than likely will make it. And if they don't put Kyle Lowry in the All-Star game, then they don't know basketball. If you guys enjoyed this video, this podcast, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and support your boy. Show your boy that love. And we'll be back with more podcasts. You know how we do. But yeah, till then, stay blessed, stay woke, and please stay safe. Peace!